Today is Thursday, June 20th, 2024. We are parked at Dry River Trailhead right now, and we're gonna road walk 3/10 of a mile this way to the Dry River Campground, and then take the Dry River connector. Basically, we're gonna stay low today. It's another hot day during this heat dome, and there's supposed to be a chance of thunderstorms basically all day. It's super humid, so we don't need a summit today, and so we're gonna do trails that we haven't done before. So starting off with Dry River Connector, and then taking Saco River Trail, the Sam Willie Trail, crossing over the Notch, and coming back along the West Side Trail, which will take, and then going up to Ripley Falls, because we were unable to do the water crossing when we were trying to get that trail. So we're gonna go up to Ripley Falls and then walk back down. And our bikes are stashed at the intersection where Webster Cliff Trail goes up, and we'll just take our bikes back to the car. So it should be like, I think it's like 8.5 miles, but low elevation gain. Should be pretty easy going. We just walked up the road in the Dry River Campground, and at the end of it you come to this little sign and the trail. And there's another sign up here. 0.4 is how much we're going, and then up to the Sam Willie Trail. We're going to take that also, and the Willie House site. So 3 miles to get up to the Willie House site. All right, we just came from here. It's blue blazed, easy to follow. It did cross a dry riverbed, but that was also super blazed. And we have some new signage, our newish looking. Dry River Trail goes this way, and we're going to take the Saco River Trail. That sign is really high up. Okay, continuing our blue blazes. We're at the next trail intersection, which is Webster Cliff Trail. It's a really fun, pretty trail. It's also the Appalachian Trail. We are not taking it today. We're just going to go downhill 0.1 to continue on Saco River Trail. We came through here. It's blue blazes. Webster Cliff Trail is white blazes. So we're on it just for a short section right here. And then we'll be going to the right. And we're at the junction that we wanted to take to go out and finish up Saco River Trail, or Sam Willie Trail. What is it? Whatever this is. But it's closed.
Oh, Saco River.
Saco River. Okay, so what we're gonna do, change of plans. Our bikes are actually down at the end of this trail. We're gonna walk down here and go up and do the Ripley Falls section that we need to do. We'll leave West Side Trail for another day, and then we can loop West Side Trail with this. Boom, no problem, when it's open. Okay, then we will ride our bikes back to the car and go north into Crawford Notch. We have a couple little trails to do that leave from the Highland Center. One goes around some kind of pond, and I think it's called Red Bench. We have to do that. We have a couple little things that we could do. So it's okay. Just shorter. Oh, this is that nice bridge. I remember this. This is like really nice. It has a plaque on it. I believe it was donated by the Underhills. Let me see. Okay. So this is the Saco River. The light is not great. Right there. And then there's a plaque over here. The road 302 is right out there. Oh, I was wrong. Not the Underhills. Albert Sargent Robertson. Okay. Change of plans. We came down Webster Cliff Trail, crossed the road, and right across the street is the access road to Ripley Falls, which is what we're on now. There's some parking down at the junction of 302 and an Iron Ranger down there. It's $5 a car to park. And there's parking up here, I believe. It's been a long time since we've been up here. But we did park and pay up here once. So I'm sure that there's a larger lot up here. And we're just gonna take Ripley Falls Trail up to Ripley Falls because I think it was the beginning of May, maybe. We came out and did Arethusa Falls and Ripley Falls, but we couldn't cross at Ripley Falls. It was just too dangerous. So we orphaned a short section of trail. I think it's marked a mile on the map.
Yeah.
So it's not that short. I don't know, in my head I thought at the time that we were just orphaning like 0.4, but obviously I might, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Oh yeah, I can see the parking area. Somebody's leaving, I think. Okay, right after the parking area, you get on a trail, you cross the railway. There should be a split right away. Not right away, but pretty close up here. And we're gonna go to stay to the left. Okay, I don't see it yet, but it's coming. We're now at the junction with Ethan Pond Trail. So Ethan Pond goes this way. We've actually done that section. And it's 0.4 up to the falls from here. So I was right in that we needed 0.4.
Right.
But it's actually, yeah, it's actually was longer to walk up from the road though. Okay. So basically today we've just been kind of doing tiny little ups and downs, basically flat, except for this going up to Ripley Falls is where all the elevation gain is, most of the elevation gain today. I think overall, if we had included the other couple miles that we're not doing because the trail is closed, we would have had like 1,400 feet of gain, I think. But most of it's over here. Yeah, haven't really seen any people. We saw one trail runner on Saco River Trail. There's an AMC volunteer in the parking lot here. And that's really it. I mean, there's people in the parking lot parked. Lots of people were parked in Crawford Notch, though, alongside the road. So it does not feel like, it feels like a summer now because schools are closed. It's definitely more crowded on weekdays. This is the water crossing right here. And, ooh, I'm getting bit by deer flies. Up there is the trail sign. Now, the light is not good, but when we were here last month, it was like impossible to cross here safely. The water was really high. But now, it's a lot lower. All right. So we're gonna walk back to the car, or walk to our bikes, bike back to the car, and then figure out where to go next. We are now back in Crawford Notch, parked across the street from the Highland Center. We're gonna go out and do Around the Lake Trail and Red Bench Trail, which I didn't even realize existed. So they just go out. I think the whole thing's gonna be 1.8 miles. With 250 feet of elevation gain. They go out around Ammonoosuc Lake. There's a pretty little loop-in right there. All right. This should be short and simple. All right, we are behind the center now. Back behind John. And here it is. There's parking, actually, for one car, I guess. It says shuttle parking only, but there's one car here, and they're not in front of that sign, so who knows? This is Ammonoosuc Lake. It's pretty. I think there's also going to be a spur down to the side on the other side. Oh wow, look at that sedge. That one's even neater. A lot of cool sedges in here. And a bullfrog somewhere. He's calling periodically. There he goes. These are a slime mold fruiting body. I believe it's Stemonitis is the genus. Look at how cool. Now sometimes if you blow on it, it will shoot spores. Let me see if I can. It did a little. I don't know if I caught it on here. Anyway, I love slime mold. So cool. We are at the red bench now, which supposedly has a restricted view of Mount Washington. Super restricted view. Right through here, I see the edge of something with some clouds on it, but I mean, it's not a view. I would not call that a view.
No, I wouldn't either.
So there you have it. Red bench. Not worth coming out to unless you're trying to hit all the trails like we are. Although we did get that awesome slime mold right around the corner. I did not get a picture of the bench.
I mean, a video.
I'm doing it right now.
Okay.
And it's right along the railroad tracks right here. See, here we are back at the slime mold. Cool. So this adds like a half a mile or 0.6, and I would say it's not really worth it. It's a pleasant enough walk. But the around the lake trail was really nice so far. We have to do the other half of it, but that was a pretty little lake, Ammonoosuc Lake. I'd say that's worth it. And if you don't do this part, it should be something like a mile, maybe, if you didn't do the spur. So, totally worth it. We're back at the lake, working our way around. There's a sign that points you on a route down to the edge of the lake. This is Mount Webster right here and Mount Willard right there. And there are tons of dragonflies and damselflies, mayflies. I can't remember what these are. I don't even know if they'll show up on here. They're blue. And how far out am I? Further out than that. On this right here, there's like 3 of them in a row. I'll try to get a better picture. They're everywhere. We are up on Zealand Road now, parked at the Sugarloaf Trailhead. There's space for 10 cars maybe. And we're going to go out and do Trestle Trail, which is like a 1-mile loop that has a river crossing on it where a bridge got washed out. So in the past we came out and did Sugarloaf, and we didn't do Trestle because we were concerned about the water crossing, but the water is low, we're hot, so we're looking forward to it. All right, so you park, you cross the bridge, and then you turn onto the trail. And now we're off. Now see this?
I'm starting here.
Bridge is off. Okay, we are about 0.15 in, and Sugarloaf goes up that way, which is a 52 with a view. Middle Sugarloaf is. I think it's middle. Yes. And there's also a trail over to north. There's a south, middle, and north. One is trailless. The other 2 have trails, and middle is the 52 with a view. It is excellent. They're both excellent. A lot of bang for your buck. Highly recommend it. I'm sure it's one of the more crowded trailheads in the summer, and there's kind of limited parking, which is unfortunate, but I highly recommend it. And in the winter, when the road is closed, you can still come out and do it. It's a 0.6, I think, road walk, which isn't bad. You don't get any crowds. Wow, look at that. My goodness. That is huge. It's like 18 inches tall. We're walking along the side of the Zeeland River. There were a couple kids fishing at the beginning, and they caught fish. Brook trout. It was small. Looked like it was maybe 5 inches long, maybe, but there's fish in there. We just came this way. There was a crossing of a snowmobile trail, and Trestle continued straight. It was well marked with a sign. And then look at this big glacial erratic. That's pretty neat. That wasn't in the guidebook. Look at that. There's some cool erratics going up Sugarloaf too. Those are in the guidebook, or they're in the 52 of the View guidebook. I can't remember which. Oh, there's some cool moss there. All right, well, that was neat. We're about 4/10 in, a little more. It's been very easy going and kind of pretty. Soft footbed. We were along the water, and then we were way, way up above it. It was like a gorge. And I think we're coming back to it now. Our crossing, I think, is at 0.6. I can hear the water. I'm at 0.45. Yeah, see, it's well signed. This is another, I think this is an old logging road or something. Or maybe this is snowmobile also. It said it joins with it briefly. This must be it. And this is northern bush honeysuckle. It's native. There are some invasive honeysuckles, but not that one. I can't remember the Latin name. Japonica. That might be the genus. I can't remember. Okay, we're continuing on. After this, we're gonna go out Zeeland Road and then go to the winter parking for Zeeland. Park at the right-hand side as you look. See, this is, I think, the snowmobile trail continues that way. There's a sign there and a blaze for Trestle. So we're going to go down and take a look at Lower Ammonoosuc Falls. There are entrances. One is from the Zeeland Road winter parking, and the other end is at the Cherry Mountain Road. So we're going to go in from the winter parking because it's closer to where we are. Oh, this is the crossing. And see what it looks like. It's supposed to be a good swimming hole. So it's plenty hot. I think it was 88 at the car. And we have our bathing suits. So even if we didn't, I would still go in fully clothed. Not sure. So this is the site of the bridge that washed out in 2005. It looks like the beaten path is right here. And we need to get across. All right, I'm gonna use two hands and I'll probably just get my feet wet. After that water crossing, we pretty quickly entered the Sugarloaf 2 campground, and we walked along the road very briefly. And then there was a sign on the right-hand side for Trestle Trail, so you just continue the loop. And that's where we are now. Simple, easy. The water crossing was easily rock-hopped at this time. And I think that there's not really much more to this. We're just gonna, I think we'll come out right near the car. Okay, we parked at the Zeeland winter lot. There was, how many cars were already there? 15, 12? There were a lot of cars there. There's tons and tons of space in there. And you just walk to the far end of the parking lot, the right-hand side as you're looking at it from the road. There's a gate and a big sign that says this is the way to Lower Falls, half a mile up. I think it's shorter if you come in from Old Cherry Mountain Road. Actually, I think technically it's Lower Falls Road off of Old Cherry Mountain Road. But we figured we'd check it out from this side, see how it is. I believe it's good swimming. There's lots of people here. Some of them, there's a couple ahead of us that look like they're ready to swim. If we find it's not good swimming, then we'll go up on Base Station Road to Upper Ammonoosuc Falls, because there's definitely good swimming up there. But I'm hopeful that I haven't been misled. Looks like you could pop in right there if you wanted to, but I want to go to the falls. We're up at Lower Ammonoosuc Falls now. I actually will shoot more from a better angle. We're across the river now. This is the trail we came in on. And it's a nice deep pool right here. But there's quite a bit of current right here. So it's hard to get up. This area is like, oh, I wonder if there's fish in there. It's a sandy bottom. And we talked to a couple fishermen today, and they both were catching brook trout, I bet, and there was someone fishing here when we first got here. So I bet there's fish in here. I'm gonna stick it under. I see little ones. There's a bunch of little fish. All right. So that was Lower Ammonoosuc Falls. I recommend that. That was good swimming. The water was not frigid. I mean, it is like 88 degrees out today, but it didn't feel really brutally cold like sometimes other things feel. So, and if I were going to come here again, which I probably will, I would park at the other end of the trail off of Old Cherry Mountain Road, because I think that the walk is considerably shorter from that end. It just wasn't really obvious to me how far up we had to go. So now I know. Because by the time I get back to my car, I'm going to want another swim, because it's really, really hot. But totally worth stopping to swim at. And I think it's pretty too. It was good to look at too. I also recommend Upper Ammonoosuc Falls, which is on Base Station Road.